it's metal and it's very heavy. It's hard to describe how heavy this stuff is. It's pretty crazy though. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Royce from Pedal Metal. Welcome to my channel. Just gonna give a quick little update on starting this first part of the build of the IXO 1/8 scale Porsche 917K, and so far it's going really well. I'll show you guys. I'm starting from the front and working my way through. I know some of the poker builds I saw online, people kind of skipped around. All right, one nice thing, I might have posted a photo of this on Instagram, but it's kind of nice that they give you this container here to put all the screws in. Now it's a little short, couldn't get them all in, so some of the miscellaneous ones I just shoved all the baggies in like one tube there, but it's pretty nice. Then you can label them or try to pull the stickers off the baggies and put theirs. Kind of nice. But like I said, I pretty much started from the beginning of the book, and this is where I've got so far. Just kind of did some minor detailing on the wheel and brake, and went over the steering wheel because they had it all, everything satin black. I kind of did more of a little bit of more of a gloss black on the spokes of the steering wheel, and then that's the first headlight bucket. And they do have everything labeled. I think underneath here, like, yeah, it says L for left side, like under it. So if you would get some things mixed up. Started on one of the uprights. Like I said, it's kind of odd, like the way they have you putting some of this together, but I'm just gonna follow along with the way the book is. Like I said, I think with the poker build, I know a lot of the guys on YouTube, it seems like they skip all around. Here is one of the rubber couplings, jubos, I guess is how you pronounce it. There's one there. I did kind of like detailed it up a little bit, and same with over here with the transaxle. And the way this is kind of going together is two halves here so far, and then it's just a piece of heavy plastic run up the middle, and then you run screws through. It's pretty ingenious the way this is all put together. Is pretty crazy in my opinions. Very interesting. I would love to know if this is exact molds as the poker. From what I was looking at on YouTube, some things definitely look different, but then other things look sort of similar to me. Not that I'm an expert on the IXO, and but I'm pretty sure the case end there for the gearbox sure looked different to me. I have it upside down actually. It's turned it around. The weird thing to me is that this here, let me get, this is a screwdriver. Actually, it's pretty nice. It came with the kit. It came with several screwdrivers, another one over here. But anyway, as I was saying, this is supposed to be a pump, a gear pump of some sort right here. I did detail this up. It doesn't come that nice. I do like the color of the magnesium that they painted everything already. It's gonna be hard to see on camera there, but it is, seems to be a proper color, what it would have been when it was new. Now I think over age and with heat and everything, they turned more of a brown, a bronzish brown color over time. But I think they got it pretty decent. Now I did start weathering it, everything just slightly with a wash. But the other weird thing is that they show the starter motor as bright white, which made no sense to me at all. If I can find it right here, they show the motor as white with a red stripe. I have a lot of Porsche reference books here, and here's three of them I brought downstairs. The Peter Hinsdale book, which I have both of them from him, not anything color though wise, pictures. And then I have the two books I went over in my original video. Anyway, so this back to the starter, I could not find anything where it showed that starter as being white ever. And as far as I know, Bosch made those starters, and it didn't make any sense to me to do it as white, so I ended up repainting it, and there it is mounted on the top. You can see it. So I don't understand why they showed that as white, but I think it seems like going through this book, They definitely did the research, but I think some of the things that I'm seeing is based off of an overly restored car from what I'm seeing. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that or not, but anyway, so we're getting closer. It's been fun. It's going to be fun for, I'm going to be off for like a week and a half here for the holidays, Christmas time. So it's going to be fun. And I'm just doing this on my table down in my basement. And so I have everything kind of laid out on the floor over here. And it was hard to show that in the unboxing video, just how extensive all the bags really were. It's absolutely insane. I mean, it really is pretty crazy. It's almost 900 items. So it's quite interesting. And now they do have, this would be the next up right here. They have each baggie is labeled. That says number 29. I do like when things were in those trays, seem to be a little easier to deal with, but it's not a, I think they just did that for kind of like a display thing, because it's like the first few things that were on top of the box when you opened it were in these trays. The other thing is that I know overseas they had like a subscription program. They don't do anything like that over here in America as far as I could tell. But I don't know if IXO was involved in a subscription service like the poker car was. I don't know. But the dashboard is really cool. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out. This thing's a pain to get open here, especially with one hand, but I will show that. They actually have the mouse hair material fairly well reproduced on the dashboard to give the anti-glare material. So I don't even think I need to redo anything with the dashboard. It looks really, really good. So I was impressed by that. A lot of little things I've been finding that I've been impressed with so far. I mean, the screen that goes on the front there is dark green. I did find one photo of it showing that as dark green on one car. So I don't know if that was more of an identification thing, but obviously with the 3 Golf Porsche 917s, the way they did the orange stripes was your cue to, you know, besides the numbering system, your cue to which car was which. You got, you know, a stripe going up the middle, so on, and one kind of goes out, more fat on the nose. One thing I do like with the poker cars is that I think the louvers are molded into the body. The IXO, these louvers are not molded in. I do not like that. It's a pretty big gap from what I saw in photos around there. I'm not sure how noticeable that's going to be. And I know me, I'm going to be picky about that. And would I want to repaint everything for that? No, I'm not going to repaint the whole car or anything. But I don't know. I wonder what that. These are the the quarter turn things for the front, the frunk, or whatever you want to call the front compartment lid. That's interesting. So one's already painted in white, orange, and the rest are light blue. That's wild. It is weird though how they have a Tampo decal on some things, and other things it looks like I have to put the decal myself. I'm hoping it's a decent enough that it matches the other side of the door that they did. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to try to do like a little video diary each day, or each, maybe every other day, of where I'm at with this, because I had quite a few people ask me about it. I'm going to be posting pictures daily on Instagram too, so I'll put my Instagram account down below if you guys are curious. As far as I know, this is the first build in America that I can tell. Like I said, overseas the poker cars were really redundant, but I just didn't like the 71 body style. I prefer the 70 short tail. It would be awesome if they made a long tail version. Would be freaking awesome. But until then, I'm just gonna build the short tail. And I had mentioned in the video before, I had pre-ordered the red 70 Le Mans winner car, the red with the white scallops, a Hans Hermann car or whatever. But I changed the order then once I found out they were making it in a golf blue. Both of them I love a lot, but the golf blue, you just can't, you just can't Can't beat that. All right, so that's just my take on so far. Like I said, it's going really well. I don't want to get so anal with it as some of the guys I was watching on YouTube are grinding off like every one of the. I don't like it either, but they're grinding off all the screw heads or ditching them and putting real bolts in. I kind of thought about doing that, but it would take forever, honestly. And in the end, it's still a heavy duty die-cast toy. I mean, you got to remind yourself this is not going to be. It could be very close to museum quality once you detail one up and stuff, but it's never going to be 100% in my opinion. And I wanted to do something to have fun with it. Brings back memories when I was like 18 or 19 years old building the poker Ferrari Testarossa kit. I got it for Christmas the one year, and it was really a lot of fun to build. So this, I want to keep it fun. I don't want to, I know myself. I know I'm going to get super anal with stuff. I did order 2 different size braided lines from Tamiya. I'd ordered through the mail and some more Tamiya paints. I don't want to get too carried away with this, but I do want it to look cool though too. You know what I mean? But the other comment I want to make, which has really shocked me, is how everything is metal. I mean, even the jubos here, or whatever, the rubber couplings are metal, made to look. They were already painted in that rubber black. And obviously, I detailed this up, but for this titanium drive shaft and all this, it's metal and it's very heavy. It's hard to describe how heavy this stuff is. It's pretty crazy though. I guess in my head I was thinking, I know it's an expensive kit, but in my head I really thought things like this bracing here would be plastic, you know, with this like a metal finish on the plastic. But everything that I've touched so far has been metal. The headlight bucket, that's plastic, and the disc brake is plastic with metal photo etched covers that they give you to put on with 3M tape. And I did do a quick wash on the rotor. You can see here the back's unmolested, but it's pretty impressive kit. Now, my big debate is about these rotors. I could swore in 70 they never used drilled rotors in 70, but apparently from what these books I was reading here, the Gordon Wingrove book here, he's claiming they did switch to the drilled rotors at halfway point in 70. The Longtails did not use drilled rotors, or they stuck with the solid vented. So I don't know. Every photo I keep finding, they have solid discs on the cars, not drilled rotors. Now, don't get me wrong, the drilled rotors look freaking awesome, but I kind of like to make it correct, you know? I mean, and do I want to make it as like the movie car, or do I want to make it as the real actual car? So that's another dilemma too. I don't know, we'll see. And no, I did not start scrubbing the tire or anything like that. I just did like a quick wash and detail on the front here. But it's gonna be really cool. I just can't wait. Gonna be really fun. That center knockoff nut is not 2 pieces. I kind of just made it look like that. It's 1 piece, and it's just pressure fit in there for now. And there's a good shot. There's 3 screws holding it together, and as you can, I think in the first video I talked about, I thought the centers were plastic. This is all metal, 100% metal, except, well, the center nut's plastic, and obviously the tire is not metal. But I mean, it is extremely heavy. I can't imagine how heavy this car is going to be when it's done. Is going to be crazy heavy, and I'll have to make like a turntable or something like that so I can get some good shots of it spinning around. But so far it's been worth every penny of what I paid for it. I mean, I have not had any frustrations. At one point I had a panic attack because the one screws I thought were missing. I forget which one it was. BM maybe, which is, there's a lot of mark. There's BM right there as the dogs are barking. But one of them I could swear I was like, I couldn't find it. I was like, they're missing. So I had to rip everything apart. And anyway, I found what I was looking for. But so that's where we're at with that. And I think it's going to be totally awesome. I got a long ways to go though, but if you guys want to stick with the build, I'd appreciate it. I'll try to do, like I said, a diary type thing, and I'll try to keep the videos short. I had one comment that the music I use is way too loud, so I have to make sure to, if I do have any kind of, I call it intro music or outro music, to make sure I tone that down or just get rid of music entirely, because I personally am the same way. I'm not big into having music over top if I'm trying to watch a video. So I agree with the gentleman who said about the music was too loud, or it can be, depending. I know when I had it with my headphones on the other night at work, it did seem kind of loud. But you guys have to let me know down below what you think of the build so far. How cool is this? Or anyway, thanks everybody for all the questions and comments, and the viewership has really gone up since I started this. And like I said, as far as I can tell, I'm the first person in America to start building one of these IXO kits. I could be wrong on that, but I got one of the first kits that hit the shores, that's for sure. So I was excited about that, and I will talk to you guys soon. Like I said, check out my Instagram. If you don't follow me on there, it might be a better place to find the latest up-to-date photos and things as I go through. And I definitely will post criticism if there's something with the kit that I do not like, or I find unattractive, or frustrating, or if I'm missing something. I guess I'll find out what the customer service is like for this, because I don't know. It would suck if something's really missing, like a whole pack of parts, especially when you pay a lot of money for something. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. And if I don't see you guys by Christmas, have a good Christmas, and we'll talk soon. All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. I appreciate it greatly, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.